Today on the Hangout, the Warriors close out their sweep of the Spurs and are off to another NBA Finals. The Celtics weren't swept, but can they squeeze out another in Cleveland? And it's time to say sayonara to Master Man who's the sidestepper. We'll be back on Hangout! Basketball fans, welcome into the belly of the beast that is the Air Canada Centre. My name is Akil Augustine, and this is yet another episode of the Hangout, Canada's home for talking hoops. At the end of the couch is Dan Gladman, the producer or former producer of the Raptors broadcast. Now he's just a pretty face kicking around the city.
I still have a job, right?
Not right now. Currently, as we speak right now, you are gainfully unemployed. But you are correcting my English because I said sayonara to Manu.
I would say Asta or even Arrivederci, but
you're a bit more worldly than I am, Dan. We understand this. CTV Sports.
Not more than these guys, though.
CTV producer Kashif Saeed, the man wearing the Just Buckets T-shirt, recently lost to me in
Never.
Buckets.
Yeah, you did.
Never,
You
man.
lost.
No, man. I'm a champion, baby. I'm a champion.
By the way, you're gonna enjoy whatever it is he says in this show. He's a wild card, and the guy who I'm now gonna. I used to be called Mr. Basketball. I think you should be called Mr. Basketball. This is Drew Ebanks of On Point, doing everything under the sun, giving us those.
I need sleep.
You need sleep? Well, there's only sleep. There's no rest for the wicked, as they say. And I know you to be wicked, so you ain't getting no rest no time
When did they
soon.
call you Mr. Basketball again?
When I started calling myself it, and I put it in my
Self-proclaimed.
bio on Twitter and Instagram, and then
Irvin Johnson started calling himself Magic.
exactly, right? Sometimes the best nicknames are the ones
Irvin.
you give yourself.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears now. Let's talk about Game 3, Celtics versus the Cavs. 111 to 108 the score. Celtics, after the Avery Bradley big triple, you're watching the rest of the highlights, and the illegal screen by Al Horford, but I won't even talk about that. What was the biggest story to come out of Game 3, Kashif Saeed?
The biggest story to come out of Game 3 is LeBron James. He was disengaged completely. He didn't care. He already knows he's going to the finals. Him, the whole city of Cleveland, the whole team knows they're going to the finals. But he has nothing to worry about. Here's the thing. They can lose the next game. They can be even 2-2, but at the end of the day, the Cavaliers are going to beat the Celtics. They have nothing to worry about. Isaiah Thomas is gone. The Boston Celtics got lucky. They scraped out a lucky win with 3 bounces off that rim. The leprechaun was there.
You're doing his rock impersonation every time you talk. Dan, is that your takeaway from Game 3?
Yeah, it would be very hard to disagree with Cash on this. I mean, the story is LeBron, and he had a poor game, but I think the question more is why? Why did he have a poor game? Why would he be disinterested in a home game that they should win? I mean, if they were going to lose one of the games, you would have expected maybe it would be in Boston. But the second part of that question is I have no doubt in my mind Cleveland's going to win the next 2 games and move on to the series. I almost wonder if they kind of wanted to get a loss out of the way before getting to the finals.
He said that's what LeBron said.
Yeah,
get it out.
It's like, you know,
As a convenient statement
some of those
at that point.
NCAA teams who go into the, I'm thinking UNLV, you know, you go into the championship game, you're 37-0, and then you lose in the championship because there's so much pressure to
On
stay
purpose?
undefeated. No, but
I think we're overthinking this.
no. In the NCAA, the pressure is so much of being undefeated.
Yep.
I don't know if that's some sort of conspiracy I'm making up, but look, they had won, what was it, 11 straight playoff games again, just like they did last year.
Yep.
But the question is why he had such a poor game. It's hard to fathom.
I'm giving the Boston guys, Mr. Smart. I'm giving Jerebko. I'm giving those guys some credit. They actually came to play the game. They came with
shot lights out.
enthusiasm. They shot lights out, but they
didn't
played with effort.
Why didn't they the game before? We can't talk about that they gave effort in a playoff game.
Well, I mean,
Where
that's
was the
where
effort
we're
in
at
game
right
2?
now.
You know what?
It's 2017. It's not 1996, 98.
point.
You have to coax effort out of
point.
these cats.
I was just going to say the effort was there for the Celtics. There's just no effort on LeBron's part. And if LeBron even put like an inch of effort, that game goes.
Well, they
to
were
the
looking
Cavs.
at the game like, oh, we got this. They thought, you know, they were really sure of it, and they didn't play out the game. If they played the rest of the game, they would have been fine.
So since we're looking at the Celtics right now, I want to ask, was this more about Isaiah Thomas's absence motivating this group, or does the absence of Isaiah Thomas allow the smart Bradley backcourt to be better defensively and keep this team engaged?
You know what? There's a lot of talk about them playing better because defensively, you know, he's a liability.
He is a liability.
But that's ridiculous. Look
What?
where they are. They finished number 1. Okay, you might say he's a liability in a sense, but the rest of the guys on defense, if he's on the court, you just got to play a little smarter. You got to play a little harder.
Totally.
But they wouldn't be number 1 in the East if it wasn't for Isaiah Thomas.
sure.
Come on, you can't
And
say anything
you know what it also is too? It's like I don't even think it has to do with Isaiah Thomas in a whole. I think it just got because he got slapped in game 2. embarrassed, you know what I mean? Demolished, debacled. And they felt like, hey,
Debacled.
we got to
That's a
come
new
out and
word.
win.
I like
We
that.
need to
I'm not
win a
sure you
game.
can use that
You know what I'm
word.
saying?
And
Debacled.
sometimes you see this. The team's best player sits out that first game, misses a game, and the team wins, or they almost play what it looks like they're playing a little bit better.
Yep.
And I think it's because a slot opens up, and for somebody there, or maybe a couple of people like a Jerebko, there's an opportunity not only to play more, but to get vital shots, to get key shots. These are all guys who can
So
play.
you don't think that they're better defensively without Isaiah
Well, I
Thomas?
think
on
the
the
I don't
floor?
think it matters.
I
against
think
It
the
doesn't
stats
matter?
prove it. Stats-wise, they may be, but I mean, you can't take anything away from him. What I loved, and I still love it to this day, is Coach Brad Stevens. The calls he makes. I mean, even that last play.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was like a stunt. It was like a dummy screen. All right, he backs up. Avery Bradley backs up, and then the nice screen. You called it an illegal screen, but I love that kind of play. And LeBron talked about it in his post game about the misdirection and the ways that Stevens just uses his mind, and it's incredible to see. I'm a
He's a
guru
great
when
coach.
it comes to loving plays being called.
Yep.
He's an incredible coach, and that last play, well, both guys on
Huge.
Cleveland went baseline.
Yeah, huge.
Well, that was a miscommunication on the defensive part. So as much as you give credit to Smart, you have to ask J.R. Smith and Kyrie Irving why they didn't communicate on that stunt screen.
But there's a
And
reason they don't communicate. They don't know what's going to happen. They are assuming.
Can I
the
also
Cutter's
point
gonna
out
get
that
it.
screen by Horford on Tristan Thompson? Mad illegal.
We got to see
Mad
that again,
illegal.
man. I don't
Mad
know about
illegal.
that. That's
Pull it
just
up
a
on
big
the
man
man.
play. We
Yeah.
playing man's
There's
basketball
calls
or
that
what?
go
Agree.
against both
Agree.
teams
All right.
all the time.
Okay, cool.
Come on.
Quickly, looking back on that game 3, do you feel there's more that the counterparts of LeBron James could have done to Kyrie Irving's, to Kevin Love's? Because LeBron James has been carrying this group. He has been the stalwart. He has been the standout guy. But you're supposed to have other superstars. You're supposed to have a big 3 when LeBron has a down night. Shouldn't those other guys pick him up?
Well, yeah, technically, but I mean, you got to give Boston credit. They played a solid game defensively. They had it going. They got some breaks. And Kevin Love, you can't complain. The guy's been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe off and on, not every game consistently. Kyrie's just gone to work on any guards. Like he's just making guys look silly out
And
there.
Thompson stepped up. He had what, 18 and 10 or 18 and
Tristan
double?
LeBron going 4 and 13. I'm not giving credit to Boston for that. The guy just he wasn't there. And
care.
look, those guys can step up and they're nice players, but I don't really believe
They're better than
Cleveland has
nice.
a
They're
big-
better than nice.
They don't have a big.
They better be better than nice.
Oh, yeah,
Kyrie and
where
Kevin?
where would Cleveland be if LeBron wasn't on that team? I don't even know if
I
they'd
agree.
be a playoff.
I agree.
8 seed. I think 8 seed.
Barely.
Quickly,
Yeah.
can the Celtics steal another game?
No. As I said, Cavs in 5 the whole.
I don't see how LeBron is going to come back from a game like that and not go buck wild. I don't see
go
it
berserk.
happening. I think it's done in 5. It's going to be tough for them to get any more. But, hey, I still give them props for even, coming back from the slaughterization.
Yeah,
that they
there is
took.
slaughterization.
All right, so
Another
we had
new word.
2 fake words
did the
used
same
on the
thing
show
last
today.
year.
I went to
We had
school, folks.
debacles. We've had debacles and
Then a couple.
slaughterization. Children, do not take any of these lessons home with you. Still more to come here on Canada's Home for Talking Hoops. We got to talk about the Toronto Raptors. We also got to talk about the Western Conference. Steph Curry going to work on my guy Bryn Forbes. And poor Pop, he's got to deal with the aftermath. We'll be back to talk it all over on Hangouts.